Good morning or afternoon, whenever you're watching this video. How are you, boys and girls? My name is Mrs. Katharine. I am so glad to be with you today and to do some crafts. Some of you may have already been doing crafts in your home, but some of you may have not. I know this is a tough time because we have to stay inside a lot, but that's important. We need to do that, so we're sure that everyone's safe. But there are lots of things we can do inside our house. Now today it happens to be a beautiful sunny day, and so I sat in the sun for a while, and when I sat in my backyard I saw beautiful flowers. We have some flowers planted in our backyard, and it's so nice. And spring reminds me of flowers and rain and sunshine and birds chirping. So I thought we'd do a spring craft, and the thing that came to my mind was flowers. So I thought we could do a flower craft. Are you ready to do one? I am. Now remember, we do crafts at the library all the time. So right now the library is closed, but at some point we'll be opening up and we'll be doing crafts again. And so you can always check our website because there's a lot of things going on for children. So please don't forget that. The Frederickson Library, the Children's Department. So let's get started. I always like to start with a joke. All right, I know as a kid I love jokes, and I still love good jokes. So what did the big flower say to the little flower? Do you know? Hey, come on up here, little bud. You know, a little bud is a tiny little flower before it's grown into a big full flower. So I thought that was kind of cute. Okay, so today we're going to be making flowers. Now, as you watch this video, there are things that you're going to need to do this craft, and there's also things that you need, and you may need an adult to help you. You may need someone who can help cut out the template or who might assist you as you go through it. So you might want to watch the video with them and then decide if it's something you can do on your own or if it's something that you need help. And also, you want to make sure that you have all the materials to start with so that you're not getting halfway through and thinking, oh, I don't know where that is. I don't know how to do that. So let me show you what we're going to make. So we're going to make this little flower vase. Now, some of you, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's a little flower vase right here. And here's my flower. Okay, it's hearts and has a little, whoops, let me do it around. It has some nice leaves. Okay, so let's get started, and I'm going to show you what you need to do this. Okay, so the supplies that you're going to need are you're going to need some construction paper. So different colored pieces of construction paper or cardstock paper or some kind of colored paper. Now cardstock works real well because it's a little bit thicker. Sometimes construction paper is not so thick, but I only had some construction paper right here. So I'm going to use construction paper, and I hope all of you have construction paper at home. So as you can see, my flower, it has red, purple, blue, and yellow petals on it. So I have those colors here. Yellow, yellow, red, blue, and purple. Okay, I also have green. All right, and this is orange that I used for the vase. Okay, so I'm going to get started, and I have my construction papers. Now, you don't need a full piece of construction paper. If you maybe have some scraps, you could also do that. All right, so first of all, well, before we get started, I want to show you the other supplies that you need. Okay, so in order to make, so you need the construction paper to make the petals of the flower. You're going to need scissors to do some cutting out. You're going to need a hole puncher like this. Okay, just a regular standard hole puncher. All right, you're going to need something to make the stem. So you're going to need either a straw. I hope you can see that. And the straw can be just plain colored. It can be striped. I happen to have striped straw. Here's another straw, that's colored. It's like a thick paper straw. That would also work, although it's a little skinnier than this one. And then you can also use a dowel. And if you have none of those, you can also use a pencil. And I don't have one right here, but you know what a pencil looks like. And better to use it without sharpened. If you have an unsharpened pencil, that's good because you don't want to poke yourself. All right, then you're also going to need, now I'm going to use these adult scissors, but you should use kid scissors. You're also going to need some glue. All right, and you can either use glue or a glue stick, either one, whichever one works best for you. You're going to need some tape. Okay, you might, if you want to make the project kind of fancy, you can use paint, and I'll get to that. I'll show you how to do that. And then you're going to need some things to add to the flower, and I'll talk about those as we get there. But those are the basic supplies that you need. The other thing that you need, yes, before I forget, is some kind. Now, I used a file folder to draw my template on. It's a little stiffer than construction paper, and maybe even a little stiffer than cardstock, depending on what you have. But it makes a good template to draw, and then to put that on top of the construction paper or cardstock to cut it out. So first, let's start. I'm going to start not with the petal, but with the leaves, okay? The leaves here. So what I did is I drew, here's my small leaf, and here's my larger leaf. I drew those on a piece of manila cardstock, so to speak, a file folder. But you can, if all you have is copier paper, that's fine too. So draw a heart and a large leaf. Now the size can be, well, this is a smaller size than the petal because it's going to be smaller, and this is a large leaf. Now let me show you again the picture of the flower. So you're going to have these two leaves on either side of the straw, and then you're going to have these little leaves as hearts kind of resting on the bottom. So that's why you need the long leaf and the little short heart leaves. Okay? Now you can draw these, or you can have a parent or an adult draw them for you. But either way, they don't have to be exact, but just about this size. Okay? All right? So you're going to draw those out. Now, the next thing you're going to do after you draw them is you're going to take these and you're going to cut them out. So I'm just going to cut one out to show you. I'm cutting it out. I'm not going to cut out each one. And you can draw these on with magic marker, or you can draw them on with just a pencil. Okay? And then you're going to get your green construction sheet. Now, I've already done this, but I wanted to show you. And I drew two of these because we're going to need one for either side of the flower. And I put my template on here. Imagine this is not drawn on yet. I put my template on here and I draw it twice. Now, when you draw it on here, you probably just want to draw it with a pencil, because I don't know that I really like the dark black lines, the magic marker lines. Okay, so you do that. Then you do the same thing. You cut out the little leaf, and then you draw it on here, and you cut it out. So now you're going to end up with these 4 items. 2 leaves that are large, and 2 little leaves. Okay, and again, mine have the dark lines, but if you draw it with pencil, you won't see them. All right. So now we have those 2 things. I'm laying them down on the table. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get your straw. So here's my straw. All right. Now I'm going to need a way to attach these leaves to this straw so they don't fall off. So there are 2 ways I'm going to do that. One is, and I'm going to start from the bottom up making this flower. I'm going to take my rubber band, and I'm going to, and the smaller the rubber band, the better. You don't need a huge rubber band. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to wrap it around the flower, the stem, I'm sorry. So a couple of times, maybe like 6 times. So it's nice and tight. Okay? Do you see how it's a little tight there? Okay? And I'm going to squish it all up together. So it's nice and tight and all in one place. And it might be a little hard if your straw is a little flimsy, but try to do the best. Okay? You're going to put it down here. You're not going to put it down too far down, but maybe about right here. Now that's what your little petals are going to sit on. So let me show you what we're going to do next. So I have my straw here with my rubber band. Then I'm going to take my 2 little petals and I'm going to take my hole puncher and I'm going to punch a hole right in. Can you see? No, it's hard to see on this. I'm going to punch a hole right about here. Okay? Right up a little bit from the bottom. Pop. Okay, I don't know if you heard that. All right? And now I'm going to take my straw and I'm going to put these on. I'm going to slide them right on. Okay? So there they go. And they're 2 little hearts, but they're at the bottom. So they're the bottom flower. Now I'm going to take my 2, the bottom leaf, I'm sorry. Now I'm going to take my 2 bigger leaves. Okay? Now these I'm not going to put through because if I put them like this, I can't really see them very well. I want to see them like this on the flower. So I'm going to take them and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right on the corner of each of them. So I'm going to put my little glue right here, a little dab of glue and a little dab of glue. Okay? And I'm going to glue them together. Okay, and I'm going to hold it for a second. And you can make them go in kind of far together, okay? Now you are going to have it show a little bit, but that's okay. All right? So press down and just make sure the glue is nice and tight. And it's on. All right? Now we're going to take this and we're going to attach it to our flower stem. Okay, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to use Scotch tape. All right, we're going to take a little piece of Scotch tape like this. Okay, and we're going to roll it up. Some of you may have done this for craft projects. Roll it up into a little roll like this. Okay, we're going to put it right on our straw. Do you see right above the 2 leaves? And then we're going to attach it. And we're going to put the leaves sideways like this, or front and back. And we're going to attach our leaf. Okay. There we go. Now we have our leaf. We have our bottom leaves, if you can see, and our top leaf. Okay. Now we're building up, so we're going to make the top part of the flower, which is the petals. So I'm going to lay this down for a minute, and I'm going to go to my petals. So the way I start with the petals is the same way I started with the leaves. I'm going to draw my template, okay, a nice big heart about this size. And again, you can experiment. You can make them smaller. I wouldn't make them too much bigger because otherwise the weight may kind of make your flower fall. All right, so now I take this and I cut it out. So cut it out. Well, first I draw it on here. And then I cut it out. Okay, so now I have my cutout template. That's my petal. Now I'm going to take my construction paper, whatever color I have. And I've done this already a little bit, but you can kind of see what I've done. So I've now taken it, I've put it on here, and I've drawn around it. And again, I'm showing you with markers so you can see it easily, but I would use pencil and draw it on and cut it out. So here's my cut out piece. Again, has the black lines, so I like to see it that way. All right, so now I have 4 of these in each of the 4 colors that I selected. And also cardstock tends to be brighter. So I like cardstock because it's happier. To me, the brighter the better, and it makes it happy. So I have my 4 hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have them in front of me. So I've cut them out. This is like before they're cut out. This is after they're cut out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this aside, okay? And I am going to take my 4 hearts and I'm going to do 2 at a time. I'm going to put them together like this. So the yellow and the blue are facing each other. I'm going to get my little handy dandy hole puncher and I'm going to punch a hole, if you can see, right here. And make sure you get this the right way. Right there at the bottom, again, like you did with the leaf. Oops. Okay? And I'm going to do the same with the red and the red and the purple. And if they're not quite the same size, don't worry. That makes it really nice. It means it's yours. Okay? And no one else is making it like that. Can you see? I'm going to punch a hole right about right there. Okay? So I punch a hole. Okay. Now I have all 4 hearts with a little hole. So I take my 4 hearts and I'm going to put them together, hole over hole, like this. So first I kind of make a butterfly, and then I'm going to add the other 2. But before I do that, I want to glue these 2 pieces together right here, hole over hole. So I get my glue, and I'm going to put glue just around the circle, like a little circle around the circle. Okay? And you can also use a glue stick, that's fine. Okay? There we go. All right. Now I have, like a butterfly. Now I'm going to add the top and the bottom. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get my top heart, and I'm going to put a little glue on it. And I'm going to add it. I'm going to put it right over that hole. Okay. Now I have 3. I've got 1 more to go. Okay. I put a little bit of glue around that hole on my yellow one. And now I have a nice heart assembly. 4 hearts that make a nice flower petal. Okay, and there's a little hole in the middle. Now, can you guess what's going to go through that hole? All right, we'll see. So this is going to go whole, but if we just put it on now, it's going to slide right to the bottom. So we need something to hold it up. Now, again, I used a rubber band. You can use other things. I thought of things, some things I don't have. Maybe even a Cheerio you could put here, stick it on the top, and just let it slide down to about right here and glue it on. All right, the other thing is a bead, maybe that has a nice big hole, the size of the hole of your hole punch, or perhaps some Play-Doh, or like a little clay or something. But anyways, you're going to make sort of like a little platform for this petal to sit on. So I'm going to get my other rubber band. Oops, thought I had it. Okay, here's my other rubber band. All right, so now I'm going to take it and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to wrap it around the top a couple of times, maybe like 5, 6, 7 times. So again, and you don't want to do it too tight because then you're going to squish your straw. You're going to make it flat. You do it pretty close to the top. Can you see that? Okay. And now you're ready to put your petal on, your petals. So you're going to gently kind of push the straw. Okay, here's my straw. Here's my petals. I'm going to gently push my petal through the straw, down onto the straw. So now I have my top, my petals. Okay, and here we go, my leaf on the bottom. Now, there are different things you can do at this point. You want to create a little top for your flower to make it look nice, because a lot of flowers have a little top. But before you do that, if you want to decorate your petal, you can take it off and you can draw on it. You can draw with magic markers, crayons. You can put sequins, glitter, anything. You can make it really fancy. However you want to do it. Jazz it up. Okay? So it's going to look really, really pretty and sparkly, because I love sparkles. Now, I didn't sparkle mine up, but I'm just showing you that you can do that. So then you put it back on when it's all dry. All right? And now I like to have a little top for my flower. All right? So what I thought I could use is a bottle cap, believe it or not. Fits really nicely on there. You have to scoot this up to the very top so there's not much, the rubber band that is. So there's not much room. And then you're just going to glue that bottle top on there. Okay, so it looks like a little, and you can add, the other thing you can do is you can add a big nice pom-pom. I have a big pom-pom here. You can add a big pom-pom to it and glue it on. All right, or you can just glue a pom-pom on. The other thing that you can do is you can take tissue paper, you can squish it up a little bit, okay, kind of roll it in your hands and put it on top, and that looks very nice too. And you can kind of tuck in the sides. You'll have to play with it a little bit, all right? But any one of those. You also don't even have to have a top. You can just leave it bare, but I think a top looks nice. And if you want to, you can draw on your top with magic markers and make it pretty, okay? So then, now we have our flower. So let's put our flower down. We're going to need a vase. Now a vase is made from, you guessed it, what is this? A toilet paper roll. Okay, now I know a lot of you have this in your home. So I would hope you have it in your home. In fact, all of you have toilet paper, I'm sure, at some point. So here is my toilet paper roll that is unfinished. And here is my toilet paper roll that is finished. So what I need to do, I need to cover this. Now this is where the paint comes in. You can either put the paint in, paint it, and let it dry, and then decorate it, or you can cover it with construction paper or any kind of paper. I mean, if you have, you know, really nice paper that you want to put on it to make it sort of jazzy, jazz it up, that's good too. And same with your flower petals. You can use scrapbooking paper, you can use anything. Just you want to have it a little bit thick if you can. So you're going to take your piece of construction paper and you're going to roll this right up along the side, whoops, right along the side of the roll like this. Okay, and you're going to cut it here and cut it here. And you're going to fit it so it fits around your toilet paper roll. And you can either glue it in the back or you can tape it, whatever you like. And again, you can then decorate this any way you want. I have some little stickers that I can put on. So let's go ahead and just make our toilet paper roll. So I'm going to just roll this on here about the length that it is. And I'm going to cut it. I'm going to use my big scissors. I'm going to cut all the way down. And then I'm going to cut it about the length it is, maybe a little bit more because I can always cut that off at the end. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to wrap it around. Okay. And you can tape it. I'm going to tape it just for this video right now, but you can glue it. And sometimes you have to hold it for a second if you're gluing it because the glue doesn't really hold well unless you hold it for a few minutes. Okay. So now I have my... And this goes a little bit higher than my toilet paper roll. That's okay. If you want to cut it down, you can just cut this edge around. All right. And now I can decorate. I can put little flowers on. I have little sticky flowers. They come with peel off backs, sticky peel off backs. So I can peel off my little flower and I can put it on the front. Okay. And I can just have one flower or I can have two or three. Okay, I'm just going to have one for right now, but you get the idea. You can add sequins, you can do anything you want. You can color on it. So now, this is the one I made beforehand, so it has a little bit more. It has 3 flowers, and this is one with 1 flower. All right, then I'm going to put my flower in here. All right, so there you go. Now, if you want it to kind of not fall over easily, because sometimes this is kind of tippy, what I did is I took some Kleenex, all right? And I just put it in here. I kind of stuffed it in, but I did it from the bottom, okay? And it just kind of holds it in place a little bit. Okay? So there you go. And I don't have the top on here. I didn't glue it on, but you can have the top on. So that is your flower. And you can take it anywhere you want within your house. You can put it in your bedroom. You can put it in the kitchen. This flower does not need watering. It does not need sunshine. And you don't need to go out and take care of it other than make it. So it's really quite fun to have. And it's colorful and it reminds me of spring and the opportunities I'm going to have soon to go out and be among the flowers. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I'm going to be making more in the future. So join us in the future. And Miss Kayla is also going to be doing some videos. So between the two of us, we'll be doing some craft videos. So hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.